Good morning and thanks for joining us on TVC News this hour. We begin the news in northwest Nigeria where heavy rainfall has ravaged Kodai community in Buji local government area of Jigawa State, leaving a trail of destruction and despair. Residents of the community who spoke to TVC News said the devastating 9-hour downpour submerged over 800 buildings, including schools, hospitals, markets and homes. It said the disaster also affected over 1,000 farmlands, sparking fears of food, water and shelter shortages. This development comes days after the State House of Assembly passed a reviewed 2024 appropriation bill allocating over 16 billion naira to support flood victims, agriculture and scholarship programs. The natives are calling for government assistance as many residents are now homeless, having lost their livelihoods and belongings to the floodwaters.
As you can see here, as a result of heavy rainfall, where houses, animals, even Mpox is affected. So a lot of accommodations, or most of our peoples, they leave their communities, they leave their houses as a result of this flood affected this Godai town.
And now to Akwa Ibom State, where the Ministry of Health has confirmed 6 cases of Monkey Pox. The state's disease surveillance and notification officer Samuel Etuk said currently there are 3 cases in Ona local government area, 2 in Uyo local government and 1 in Insit Ibom local government area. Residents have been advised to report any case of fever, rashes, muscle pain, swollen lymph nodes to the nearest health facility for proper care. Mr. Etuk said the contact tracing for any transmission was conducted while the affected persons had been placed in isolation. It disclosed that 10 community informants had been engaged per ward in the state to work in catchment areas to report the health facility focal person, who in turn will forward the same to the local government surveillance and notification officer for an onward report to the State Ministry of Health. And to another development where the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says pricing of petroleum products from any refinery, including the Dangote Refinery Limited, will be determined by global market forces. NNPC was reacting to a report claiming that the Dangote Refinery Limited is being undermined by actions of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, and that the recent changes to the pump price of petrol will prevent the Dangote Refinery from offering lower prices. But the company, in a statement by its spokesman, Olufemi Shoneye, said the recent changes in PMS prices have no impact on the Dangote Refinery Limited or any other domestic refineries' access to the Nigerian market. It also states that Dangote Refinery and any other domestic refinery are free to sell directly to any marketer on a willing buyer, willing seller basis, which is the current practice for all fully deregulated products, adding that it has no desire or intention to become the distributor for any entity in a free market environment, and therefore the notion of being a sole off-taker does not arise. As Nigerians are still grappling with the new pump of petrol, the liquefied petroleum gas that's considered a life-saving alternative to Haiti's traditional cooking methods is also under threat due to soaring prices. What is the fate of gas consumers and sellers in Nigeria as the cost of this essential commodity continues to escalate? Zainab Akonde has details in this report.
Nigerians are grappling with the surge in petrol prices, but another burning issue across the country is the rise in the price of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, also known as cooking gas. The International Energy Agency estimates that the global use of LPG for cooking will continue to grow in the coming years, reaching 33% by 2030, But this might not be achieved due to the rising cost of gas in Nigeria. The National Bureau of Statistics revealed that the price of 12.5 kilograms of liquefied petroleum gas increased by 55.66% in 1 year, and many Nigerians are really feeling the pinch at the pump.
Just imagine, I feel it, June, we are in September, how many months difference? Compare the prices. Now I want the government to look into it and at least reduce it.
I bought charcoal. Whenever we are cooking beans, we don't use gas to cook beans because the duration of cooking beans is, you can't compare it with cooking rice.
The current price of 1 kilogram of cooking gas is now between 1,200 naira and 1,500 naira, as against 900 naira and 1,000 naira 3 months ago, about 50% rise. Mrs. Oluwakemi Adeduro is a food vendor. She told me how she has gone back to the alternative to gas. Charcoal, for her, is the only way she can break even.
The cost of gas is too much now, because before I'm not using charcoal, but now I'm shift back to charcoal. As you can see, I'm using 2 space for charcoal. Even to afford gas now, it's affecting business small.
Mrs. Adeduro may have opted for charcoal, but the International Energy Agency is concerned about these unhealthy practices. They say lack of clean cooking contributes to 3.7 million premature deaths annually, with women and children most at risk. The local gas sellers are also disturbed by the hike in prices and fear they might lose customers.
Before, you hardly see somebody come with 12 kg cylinder to buy 2 kg on it. But as of today, I'm talking to you, you can see somebody carrying complete full 12 kg cylinder to buy 1 kg on it because there is no money. The sales has actually come down now. So even before we can finish a 250 kg on a day now, it's very hard.
The profit we make, it won't be much anymore. The profit will be low, because where we are buying as a distributor, the price we buy got increased too as well there. So for we that we resell, we doesn't gain anymore.
The question is, if cooking gas holds so many benefits to human and environmental sustainability, and Nigeria is a major exporter of gas, why is it this expensive? One of the major gas marketers who pleaded anonymity revealed that the exorbitant cost of license renewal and the percentage levied on each tanker of gas purchase are major factors driving up the cost. The national president of the Association of Liquefied Gas Petroleum Marketers says license renewal and other levies might be a contributing factor, but it is insignificant to the major reasons behind the increase.
No doubt about it, there are some overhead that has gone up. Operating cost has gone up, even penalties and some other levies has gone up, even, of course, tax. There are taxes from other various tiers of government. These apply to all business, not only to LPG alone. But however, the recent hike in price is actually has to do with the landing cost.
He also insists that it is important the government ensure cooking gas is affordable for all citizens, since Nigeria has more gas than crude oil.
We must get to that level where Mama Put will be able to cook with LPG. That is where our utilization level will go up. In as much as the woman frying puff cannot afford to cook with gas, the Akara woman cannot. These are the largest consumer because they burn it on a daily basis. But if they have to burn it at the current price, their margin, their price will go and they won't be competitive. So they drop it and go for charcoal and go for other meat, which is not healthy. So my concern is when we should get these people into the net. And the only thing that will drive them into that net is affordability. The price must come down. And government must do everything possible to make sure that the price comes down.
With the current economic headwinds affecting the purchasing power of Nigerians, citizens want the federal government to intervene and find a lasting solution to ensure that cooking gas is affordable. Zainab Akonde, TVC News, Lagos.